Roberto Monaco here with the powerhouse, my Italian brother, Dr.
Yes.
Fred DiDomenico. What's up, my brother?
Hey, you have a first and last name that ends with a vowel. Roberto Monaco. You put your fingers together like this?
Roberto Monaco. Oh, I'm talking to my brother. I actually don't know how to introduce you, because how to introduce your brother, you know what I mean? Like, this is like how I'm going to introduce my brother. Before I introduce the official introduction, I'm just going to tell you, my chiropractors out there, chiropractic students, look at the title. This is hot, right? It's somewhere in the description here. Why chiropractic lifestyle is more important than lifetime patients. I don't even know why. Right? Because I thought the goal was lifetime patients. So for those who don't know, Dr. Fred DiDomenico, I met him probably 8 years ago. We've done countless events, countless videos. He's my brother from another mother, and he has two amazing books. The other one I read is powerful, self-development book. You are more powerful than you think. And this one is the latest book called Back to Health.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
I love that. So, my brother, welcome to our conversation here. Dr. Fred, what's going on, my brother? How are you doing?
Doing great. You know, we're living in a different world today, and there's a different psychology. And, you know, there's massive government restrictions because they're, and I'm not going to get into politics at all. But certainly, you don't have to be a genius to figure out they're trying to move people into vaccination. Coronavirus is a vehicle more than it is a threat at this point. And so they want to move into vaccinations. They want to move into other things. And we're seeing this. And then they've already told us what's going to happen. So if psychology better than anybody, right? So you teach psychology in groups. I teach it one-on-one through chiropractic. And so they already tell us there's going to be a big second wave. Virginia's already saying that, COVID vaccination is going to be mandatory. Massachusetts said they're going to be mandatory flu. There's not even a COVID vaccination. So what they're already doing is they're trying to create a movement. Now, here's the thing, and here's why all of this is important. You may disagree, or you may agree or disagree. That's not the point. The point is, are you getting prepared for the mindset and psychology for your patients to come to you no matter what happens on the outside, that they are going to stand up for their rights to choose, the right to protect their own body, the right to say, no, nobody is sticking a needle in my arm or into my kid's arms. And we are going to do the things that we stay healthy because A, it's our God-given right, B, it's our human right, 3, it's our constitutional right. And we live in a country where we're not going to be forced to inject things into us that's going to permanently change our genome for the future of your family and for human beings. And if you don't know anything about that and you're a primary healthcare provider, I would strongly encourage you to study it or go to Elite Coaching Facebook group, because we talk about this stuff all the time in building a movement. So
thanks. You have a book right there on the first sentence, on the first paragraph. You have a book, man. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you and I recorded videos during this when this pandemic started, and it is like fascinating to see how some people reacted proactively to educate, to quote unquote create a movement, the psychology of their patients, their community, while other group they froze, and some group just kind of like. They throw the towel, you know what I mean? They're like, okay, that's just gonna wait. So why, like, going back to your title here, why creating a lifestyle patients is more important than creating wellness patients?
Well, lifetime.
Yeah.
And so the difference is lifetime is a condition. Meaning, how many patients have you had? Man, I've been going to chiropractors my whole life, and whenever my back hurts, you're the first person I go and see. Because when those patients walk in, what do? Oh my God, so much work. You know what I mean? And then there's other patients that, I've been going to chiropractors all my life. You're like, really? Well, how often do you go? Well, I haven't been in 10 years. Because lifetime is how they use chiropractic through the course of their life. Lifestyle is
I see.
Lifestyle is a psychology. So lifetime would be someone who works out, but now the gyms are closed. So you know what? I really haven't worked out since COVID started.
I heard that before, by the way. I heard that several times.
That's because it's lifetime. Lifestyle is, hey, on Tuesday and Friday mornings, when I do my back workouts, I drive to a local playground and I put my wrist wraps around the top of the kiddie swings, and I'm doing pull-ups on the kiddie swings because I don't stop working out, because that's my mindset, that's my lifestyle. So that's an example. We don't stop buying organic foods. We don't stop our daily rituals that lead to health. We don't stop our spiritual rituals so we can continue to grow spiritually, because those are all a mindset and a psychology. Now, the thing is, do you believe that the government really cares? The people that are pushing vaccination, do they really want to promote alternative healthcare?
No, they don't. Of course not.
No, because that's why chiropractic was restricted to emergency only in many states. Now, not every state, but in many states. That's why when, the psychology of mandates, it's a mandate to wear a mask. Well, how many people suffer through wearing a mask because they think it's a law? And it's not a law. But so what they're doing is they're buying into the psychology, and they've put the government ahead of you. Now, when they put the government ahead of you, that's very different. Now, you may have some lifestyle patients that will come to you no matter what. And at the last lockdown, you figured out that probably wasn't as big of a percentage as you would have liked.
Yeah, that's true. So, so can you share a couple ideas on how you make the shift from lifetime to, and I know there's a lot. There's a whole three. You like, don't ask me this question because I know we have a 3-day boot camp for that. But what would be some of the psychology? I get it, bro. You're gonna do it. Hey, are you guys ready for a 3-day boot camp right now?
Yeah.
On the bread here.
We do have 3-day boot camps. I know that's like saying, Roberto, how do you engage your audience?
So what would be a couple, maybe mindset shifts from going from lifetime to lifestyle? Because I like that. I never thought about that. I really didn't have the distinction before from life, because everybody talks about lifetime patients, but not lifestyle. I love that. So can you give me like maybe 1 or 2 ideas, or maybe if it's too much to ask, then watch talk. Okay, let's talk about this. So before
let's talk about psychology. Let's talk about psychology.
Let's talk about psychology. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, the reason people haven't heard the difference between lifetime and lifestyle in chiropractic is we've always been taught lifetime. But if lifetime was the answer, we would already be dominating healthcare. We would have a hell of a lot more patients in lifetime or lifestyle than we've already done. And so that's been the problem, is we've never dealt with the psychology of patients. And here's the difference. And you know this better than anybody, Roberto. And I'll just give an example everybody can relate to. So what do we talk about? How's your patient education system? Well, look at Microsoft. I mean, how many people have Windows? Do people sleep on the sidewalk for 2 days to get the new Windows 11? They sleep on a sidewalk? No, because Apple, the most profitable culture ever in the world, they don't do patient education. That's what Microsoft did. They do patient experience. They create an experience, which is why they actually sell. And that's why people sleep on a sidewalk. And so when we get out of realizing that information only has 20% influence on a person's behavior, and experience and psychology and how they feel, physiology and psychology, and the experience you create creates 80% of the influence. Do you want 80% of your new patients going into lifestyle? Or do you want 20%? If you want 20%, keep focusing on patient education. Patient experience is more of how you take information and create an emotional change in their body. And that will change their mind. And you know that too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's human behavior. So one thing, what are we really dealing with? And people say, well, I'll use the Socratic method. It's developing the mantra that you're not teaching them what to think, you're teaching them how to think.
Mm-hmm.
You're not teaching them what to think, you're teaching them how to think. So a quick example would be if someone comes up and says, well, why are you wearing a mask? Then I would say, well, first of all, first thing, have you ever studied the science on masks? Well, no, but you should be wearing masks because we're saving others. So the first thing I would say, are you sick? So you're wearing a mask because you're protecting someone else. Are you sick? And they'll say no. So you don't have the virus and you're not contagious at all. So who are you protecting? And then that's called a pattern interruption.
That's good.
Yeah. So who are you protecting? And then they're like, well, I might have this. Well, it shows asymptomatic patients, New England Journal of Medicine, that was the World Health Organization, asymptomatic patients are not contagious. So if it spreads like the flu, if you didn't have the flu, would you be worried about giving someone else the flu? So now we're using a metaphor they're familiar with. And they say, well, of course not. And I go, then why are you wearing a mask? Who are you protecting? So here's where, how do you change psychology? Metaphors and analogy are a bridge from teaching what's known to what's unknown. So I know in the elite scripts, we use analogies. I'll say spinal cord is like a river. It's like a waterfall, like a fire hose, sending energy down the spine through all the nerves and every organ of the body. And organs are totally dependent on that. What's the subluxation? Well, it's when a whole area or a bone or a whole curve shifts out of place. It acts like a dimmer switch on a wall. So throughout the scripts, we use these analogies to create these bridges so that you can accelerate the rate at which they learn.
I love that, brother.
It creates an emotional impression. And then, we gotta move their physiology. So a huge psychological advantage to change a person's mindset, as you know, Roberto, is do a demonstration.
100%. Yeah.
100%. So we also have demonstrations, not by what you're demonstrating and showing, but how you touch them. So you may say, hey, when your spine's got a normal optimal structure and we run our hand from the occiput to the sacrum, energy's pouring through like this and we circle into all the organs. And then we know from studies, put traction on the cord, slows the rate. So now here's your curve. Here's your x-ray. So rather than flowing through like this, what do? Now it's going through very slowly.
And you are touching the back of your patient.
I'm touching them because now they feel it and now they understand it. They don't understand knowledge. So we'll say, hey, when your posture is distorted, it causes stress to the spinal cord. Now, when you have that distorted curve, spinal cord has to stretch, and we demonstrate like a rubber band. What happens to the tension of a rubber band? We stretch it. Well, it's increased. What happens to the diameter? It gets thinner. So if you increase stress and tension on your spinal cord and the nerves are getting smashed together, that's like taking from a fire hose down to a garden hose. Now, look, I'm using a rubber band. I'm saying stress. I'm saying garden hose, a fire hose, a garden hose. They're seeing pictures in their head.
100%.
They're understanding this. And what we're doing is we're keeping it so simple and bridging what's known to what's unknown, that the rate at which they can learn and change their psychology changes. And then when you're touching them at the same time and you're stimulating their physiology, you are literally neuro-emotionally and neuroplastically rewiring their brain.
I love it there, brother. I love it there.
I want to slam my laptop.
No, I love it. No, that's powerful. You went deep, so thank you, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, so those are just examples.
I love that. So let's talk a little bit about, hey, Dr. Linda, Dr. John. Oh, Dr. Linda said this is great. Thanks, Dr. Fred, Dr. Linda. I love that. Dr. John, what's up? Saying what's up. Let's talk about your book, buddy. Back to Health. So tell a little bit about why you wrote a book. And give maybe there's a lot of chiropractors watching us. Can you tell us a little bit about the psychology of the book, why you wrote the book, and how chiropractors can use the book specifically?
Yes. Well, obviously, I wrote the book for the same thing you're addressing chiropractors now. Is we want to change the world. Chiropractic used to be the tip of the spear at healthcare. It always has been. It's a message for humanity, but we haven't had a tool for humanity. And so I wrote a book I took Dan Murphy's research, medical research, not chiropractic research. I mean, DID has lots of that stuff, but all medical research on posture and health and immune system and disease and all these things. And these are published medical studies in like Spine Journal and, in top medical journals. And so being that I spent 23 years studying psychology, I used how people learn, and I made, it's like their life story. I wrote it because, people remember 6 to 7 times more information when it's written in a story.
Yeah.
So it's not a story like a novel, but every fact, I use analogies and every study, and I break it down and put it into simple language. So as they're reading it, they're realizing it's telling their story about their life. And it's so, to say that it's convincing would be an underestimation, because a lot of people have bought this book. They all come back. When they give it to, a lot of the elite clients, they give it to their new patients at the new patient workshop. They tell them to read it with their spouse, and patients go to work. People read at work. They're very compelled by this truth. And patients come in already knowing they want lifestyle care because it's a mindset. It's already shifted their mindset so much. I
love that. It's not lifestyle care. I love that.
Yeah. So they don't come in saying, "Doc, fix my back." They come in, like I've had doctors tell me in Elite that are using this book and outside of Elite that patients call, "I read this book. Can I come in?" And they literally say, "Can I come in and bring my kids to get checked?" So, I mean, the testimonials we've gotten where a wife will come in, a husband will bring it to his wife. We've read it together, and the wife will come in and they're ready to pay. They're already ready to pay. So when you buy them in bulk, I believe that's 50 or more. Here's really a question. How much do you pay for Facebook ads? How much you pay for Facebook ads? And you're getting an unqualified patient. So if you had 50 books that's already proven to change your psychology and it cost you $10, you invested, would you invest $10 to have a high probability that you can turn a patient into lifestyle?
That is not a yes. That is a massive, huge yes.
Without talking to them. You can hand them a book. Now, here's what you do. You start with your patient, say, "Here's this book, read it. I'm going to ask you questions on it. You got a week to read it. It's an easy read. It reads fast. It's compelling. People start it and they blow through it. And they'll say, "I'm going to ask you questions on it a week from today. By the way, read it with your wife."
By the way, you just give an idea, man. And I'm sure the elite clients are doing it, the people of the book. Man, if I'm a doctor, which I'm not, but if I were a doctor, I would be part of, "Hey, man, you signed the application for care. That's your homework. All right? Let's say this is your homework.
It's responsibility.
I'm going to run a test on you for real." Because that's such a powerful idea. I love that.
Well, and what it talks about too, here's new medical science. Guess what, chiropractors? Medicine's calling this new. It's called neuroimmunology, meaning a strong spinal cord builds your immune system. And there's actually a study in there from Lancet, top medical research journal, and there's a bunch of studies from the relationship. I mean, it talks about everything from autoimmune disease and cancer and digestive problems. And, I don't even know if we talk that much about, I'm sure it addresses low back pain, but it's so much about overall health and longevity of life, not even quality. I mean, disease, death, there's it's the whole gamut.
Love it. So if our listeners here, if they want to get this book, where do they go, brother, to get the book?
EliteCoachingLLC.com. Just go.
There's a link in the description here. I put already. Go get the book. Go get some. Yeah.
$10. Shoot. I promise you, that it will make a difference. And just call me. And if you want me to help you make an even bigger difference with it, hey, just go to Lead Coaching, email me, whatever you want to do.
What's your email, brother? Just to give your email here for our listeners.
Mine, Dr. Fred, Dr. Fred, 1, the number 1, Dr. Fred 1 at MSN.com. And my coaching line is 949-791-2986. So let me just say one thing. We are in a crucial time where chiropractic can take the lead. There's more people saying no to vaccination, no to medicine, no to the government than ever before. And this is our time. So this can be a resource. And look, gang, you know what? I may make maybe $2 on this book. So trust me, this isn't something I put out there because I want to, make money. No, this is something that we can change chiropractic, and we are in the precipice right now that we can take charge of this. The coronavirus is our advantage because people want to be healthy now with them and their family more than they've ever wanted to.
I believe that 100%, 100%.
Yep.
What pisses me off is the doctors who just sideline waiting, you know what I mean? And they talk more about politics, they talk about chiropractic and how they can help their patients. Start for that's why one of the things we are doing at their event, by the way, Dr. Fred DiDomenico is going to be talking, he's going to be doing our brand new tailgate session for our upcoming influencing from the virtual presenter, because a lot of chiropractors in some states, as you know better than I do, Dr. Fred, in California. By the way, how's the gym going, buddy? Are you working out at the gym? We're talking still close, man. Can't believe it. So we're talking about maybe the restaurant I cannot do during the doctor anymore. Maybe the companies that work from home I cannot do traditional talk. I get it. But no thing is stopping you from doing webinars, from doing live videos, from using one-on-one videos. I recorded last year and a half almost 1,400 videos from publishing videos. Dr. Fred is so consistent with his videos, which I love that. Nothing stops us. That's why we are doing our influencing from the front for the virtual presenter coming up October 9th, 10th, 11th. It's going to be 100% focus. 100% focus on getting your message and take virtually online to get more patients. And Dr. Fred is going to be doing a tailgate session. It's going to come out, I believe it's September 30th.
Yeah, that's familiar.
And we're going to talk about how create a chiropractic movement. Can you just give a little teaser about this idea about creating a chiropractic movement? Just a little teaser. Just a little bit.
Here's a little teaser. Building a practice is like you driving a car and your patient's in the back seat. They're just along for the ride. They're having fun. There's not a boatload of responsibility. They can make the appointments, blah, blah, blah. When you build a movement, you put the patient in the driver's seat. That means they become a leader. And this is what we say in Elite. We don't build chiropractic patients. We build chiropractic leaders. And because of the psychology that we teach day 1, day 2, and through the whole program, because patient experience, not patient education, people become leaders. Now you create a movement. Now movements grow on their own. All you have to do is guide it. Now, and you don't have to work near as hard. So when you change their psychology and they feel the responsibility and the purpose, movements have people with the same belief system, the same conviction to the purpose. They will go out for you and they will bring people in. And you will find people that are like-minded. Now it's very divisive. I mean, if we just take the topic of a mask, the people that think we need to save the whole world with the mask versus the people that don't. Hey, they're divisive. You might get some haters, but you're going to get people that will absolutely love you and they'll never leave you. They'll never leave you. They will lead. They won't just follow. They will lead. And when you create a movement, you can grow to any level that you want. And you have to do videos. You absolutely must do videos. And you can create a movement with people that you don't even know. They will come to you because you share their belief system. You're speaking to them at home that says, I want to be part of this.
I love that.
So one last thing. Today, in today's world, you're either an activist or you're a victim. You're either going to stand by and watch and follow the rules, or you're going to take action and take a stand. And
that's strong.
Yeah. So we need to take a stand for chiropractic, for the freedom of choice for healthcare. And we need our patients to know their rights, take a stand, so they stand up for us, that they are going in front of us.
Love that. Dude, I love it. You got me chills right now, bro. I'm ready, my brother. Dr. Fred Domenico, you can go. There's a link below to his website, elitecoachingllc.com. Back to Health. Get some of these books. And we are going to have Dr. Fred back on September 30th for a private session. It's called Tailgate Session. That's happening a couple days before the event, only for the people who are registered for our influencing from the front for the virtual presenter. Dr. Fred, thanks so much, buddy. I'm super blessed to have you here, brother. Love you, bro. Thank you so much.
Love you too. Hey, Lead Coaching Facebook group. Go to Lead Coaching.
You guys are both of the best. Dr. John, thanks so much, my brother. Thanks for playing the name, brother. I appreciate that. You want to talk about what is the group, Dr. Fred, on Facebook?
Elite Coaching Group. Elite Coaching Group on Facebook. It's probably got to be invited, but we have all kinds of stuff on movements there.
Hey, man, how come am I invited to the group? I think I am part of the group.
No, man, get on there.
You didn't invite me, bro? No, I was just kidding.
I have to do my videos better.
Just kidding. Much love, Dr. Fred. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Take care.